Good morning, or good afternoon, I'm not too sure. It is the 10th of January and we are having another look at the Nighthawk. So we're going to have a bit of a mess around with it, a bit of a do some tinkering, with it, and see what we can do. And I think with a bit of luck we might see if we can get it started this time around. And I'm going to hand over to Toby to give you guys a little bit of an update.
Yeah, so we're going to get the battery charged up again. We only gave it a few hours last weekend, so going to give it a proper charge.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try and see if I can free up the clutch, get that moving a bit, get some bits greased up, give it a real good clean.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got some anti-corrosion grease to put on some of the more important bits that are looking a bit rusty, just to keep her in as best nick as we can while we're finding somewhere to garage her up, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Awesome stuff. Alright, I'll start filming in a minute again and show you what we're up to, but until then we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, so that's the battery out, and I'm just going to go into the house and put that on charge straight away and see what happens from there. Alright, so the battery's out and we're charging it, and we've had a bit of a tinker around with it, as I said, and as you can see we're mid cleaning at the moment, covered in suds and water and whatnot, and I'm going to get some good polish and wax over the tank and tail and all the fairing and whatnot, so it's got a little bit of more protection against the elements. But Toby had a bit of a look at the clutch and the clutch reservoir right here, and what were the results? So
yeah, well, it seems to be filled with jelly at the moment, so I think the fluid's gone, so we're going to have to drain that down and clean it all out, but that should be fairly straightforward. Yeah.
So, nothing horrendous has been discovered so far. So, and it's more diagnosing at the moment, really finding out what we need to do. And we always knew from when we started properly looking at it at the last video, the clutch was one of those things. So I'm not sure if we can do that.
Do you remember the exhaust had a rattle?
Yes.
Do you want to know why?
Yeah, go on.
It's not bolted on at the back. It's missing the mounting bolt off the back. That's why the exhaust had a rattle.
There we go. So yeah, I don't know if the clutch thing will be a me and Toby job or it will be a garage job, but either way we'll get that sorted. But onwards with the cleaning. Alright, so we've scrubbed and polished the bike. It's looking considerably more bike-like now than it did before, and we're going over a load of bolts and nuts and bolts over the bike and lubing them up with what was that again, Toby, that you picked up?
This is just a standard grease at the moment, but what's going on, the important bit is this stuff.
Ooh.
ACF 50 corrosion block grease. Okay. Apparently aviation grade, so if it's good enough for planes, it's good enough for bikes, I reckon.
Yep, absolutely.
Smear all over this one.
But we've stripped it down as much as we can outside, because as you can probably gauge, it's very, very windy out here today. But taking off all the panels, the air filter, the battery, to just really get underneath the bike and clean it out. We've polished it up, so look at that, it actually looks, look at that, it's shiny, and giving it a good clean and looping it up. And as we mentioned just a moment ago, we know what to do, or what we need to do with the clutch. So yeah, it's all systems go, and it's all looking very promising here on in. So and actually at this point, with anyone that's actually watching or interested in the project, I'd very much welcome any comments, any suggestions, any recommendations about what we should or shouldn't do, because me and Toby have never done anything like this before, and I mean that's the whole point, that we're obviously going to figure this stuff out and have fun with it along the way. But if there are any old hands out there very experienced in doing this kind of stuff, yeah, any recommendations or tips would be really appreciated. And for my sake in particular, if we can use simple talk as possible, because I'm not very mechanically minded, so Yeah, that would be very, very good. Would you agree, Toby?
Absolutely, as simple as possible.
As simple as possible. So yeah, I'll leave it there, and I'll do a roundup video in just a moment. That's right, baby. We've just got it started. After 2 years of it being stood still and idle, just jumped it off my bike, and it's now running. Oh no! No!
Big jumper again.
Toby, high five. Hey! That's the moment I wanted to capture right there. So it still works. So let's see if I can get this on camera.
Let's see that again.
One more time for you folks at home.
That's beautiful.
Let's take it out now. Rev it, Toby. And that's why we bought the bike. For that reason. That's quite a moment, and I hope you all enjoyed it. So that's us done for today. As you can see, Toby's putting the bike to bed, tucking it in, and all that good stuff. And as you can imagine, we were. Oh yeah, this is Jess. Say hi, Jess. We all know Jess. It's Toby's wife. We got the bike started, so that's not something that we just weren't expecting for the second time of tinkering with the bike. So it's a huge shot in the arm for the project, and something to make us realise it's not as much work as we may have initially thought to get this on the road. So both me and Toby are very, very happy about the whole thing. So yeah, it was a very good afternoon. And I think what is the next move? What we're going to look at doing next, Toby?
I think it's just getting all the moving parts moving again.
Yeah. So yeah, like the clutch, like we've mentioned like a million times.
The back brake lever is very stiff. It's got no return on it. The brake itself is working.
Yeah.
But,
that's the thing. Everything's working, isn't it? It's just the levers are a bit questionable at the moment. And
the same with the clutch. It'll go into gear, and the clutch itself is working, and the gearbox is working, but the gear selector again is sticking. It's not bouncing back.
Yeah.
It's probably just a case of a bit more grease on that as well.
So yeah, they're the general things that we need to look at and put right. We've taken the battery out again, and we're going to put it on charge overnight. Now we've got the bike running, and Toby's going to come over tomorrow for half an hour or so and see if we can get it running, just running off the battery itself without jumping it.
And just to know if the battery is still got some life in it, or
and then we know if we need to get a new one or not. Yeah. So that's where we're at. It's all good. Give us a thumbs up to it. We're very happy campers, and we'll give you another update maybe tomorrow, or certainly within the next week or so, what we're up to. So it's been a pleasure.
As always.
I'll speak to you.
We can edit that out, right?
Yeah, we can edit that. And bye from Jess as well. And bye. And speak to you guys soon.